Hi, and welcome back to the History of Destroyermen podcast. In this 15-part series, we're going to go over all of the books in the Destroyermen Alternate History series by Taylor Anderson, which were published from 2008 to 2020. First, we're going to go over Into the Storm, the first book in the series, and the one that gives you most of the information that you need to understand the rest of the parts of the book. So, let's get into it. Our story starts in the Java Sea. The remnants of the United States Asiatic Fleet, the fleet that protected the United States-influenced areas of Southeast Asia, is on the run. The flagship of the small squadron, the British heavy cruiser HMS Exeter, is fatally wounded by a barrage of shells from the Japanese fleet bearing down on the Allies. The next to go are the British destroyer Encounter and the American destroyer Pope. The commander of the two remaining destroyers, Mahan and Walker, is killed when a direct hit destroys Mahan's bridge, leaving the captain of Walker, Lieutenant Commander Matthew Reddy, to escape the Japanese battlecruiser Moggy's guns. He takes the ships into a strange green squall. In the squall, the rain appears green, and it looks like the sky and sea are replaced with still green raindrops suspended in the air. Once they come out of the storm, they rescue castaways Mahan had sunk with an errant torpedo. One of these, Lieutenant Commander Shinya, will be very important later in the series. Then they find Mahan with no Japanese ships in sight, strangely. Together they go to Bali Island, an island off the coast of Java, expecting to refuel at the Allied depot there, but there's nothing there, other than strange creatures that look like apatosauruses. To send a group ashore, when they return, one of the men has been bitten by a strange, feathered lizard. He appears to have a fever, so two refugees Walker took aboard at Surabaya, Nurse Sandra Tucker and the eccentric Australian engineer/naturalist Courtney Bradford inspect the wound. The next day, Captain Reddy goes ashore with another group up to the smaller Manjangan island off the coast, where a man is killed by one of the strange lizards. He decides that the ship should go to Perth, Australia, where they might still be friends. On the way, they sight a strange ship with furry creatures that looks like a cross between cats and lemurs. The ship is over 1,000 feet long and more than 300 feet tall. Captain Reddy compares it to one of the flat tops that he saw built in Rhode Island. Walker goes to scout the shore and leaves Mahan. In the morning, Mahan is gone, and Walker finds the strange ship now in a battle with other, smaller ships that look like British East Indiamen from the mid-1800s that are launching balls of fire at the ships and forging an alliance with the ship. They fire on the smaller ships. The people on the large ship note that there is no what they call wings, but we would call sails on it, and it's just smoking. No one on this world that they know of has ever heard of steam power. The ships launching balls of fire are all destroyed. Walker destroys the ship, and Captain Reddy, along with a few members of the crew, along with Courtney Bradford, Lieutenant Shinya, and the nurse, go aboard and meet the Captain Kijifris R and the High Sky Priest Adar. The next day, after Sandra Tucker tends to the wounded from the battle, Kiji, Adar, and a few members of their delegation go on to Walker, where they leave a young wing runner or sail operator named Chak Sab At to learn English on Walker. The humans coin the creatures cats, and together they head to the city of Balikpapan, where Balikpapan, Indonesia, should be. They meet with the leader of their city, Chief Nakja Mur, who reveals to the Americans that the creatures they fought, known as the Grick, ran their ancestors out of paradise, believed to be Madagascar, thousands of years ago. They had been a distant memory, nearly a legend, but now they were back. 200 years ago, 3 ships from the British East India Company had come to them the same way as the Americans, and taught them how to navigate with the stars, and taught them how to make maps. Then they left. One went west, trying to make it to England, and the other went went east to an unknown fate. Now, Nokjammer believes the Grick will try to destroy the Lemurians all over again. Over the next 2 months, Walker is repaired by the Lemurians, and a source of fuel oil is discovered by Bradford. Meanwhile, Mahan is on the far side of Sumatra, having been taken over by Captain Kaufman, an army aviator that came aboard at Surabaya. Mahan's captain, Jim Ellis, Reddy's former exec, was shot by Kaufman in the leg and is in and out of consciousness. They attempt to dock at where they think Cholat Jup, Indonesia should be, only to find the Lemurian city of Chillicothe completely destroyed and devoid of life. They later find an abandoned PBY Catalina floatplane, and another aviator they took on at Surabaya, Ben Mallory, repairs it. Mahan comes under attack from a squadron of 3 Grick ships, and Kaufman leaves Mallory, his radio man Ed Palmer, and the engineering officer Perry Brister to fly to Ceylon, where he hopes to go. But they go to find Walker, eventually finding her docked in Balikpapan. He tells them the situation with Mahan, and Captain Reddy decides to use the PBY to stay out ahead in the planned upcoming attack on the Grick in the southwest shore of Celebes. The Battle of the Stones occurs. QG makes Celissa look like a wreck when she is wrecked in a storm, and the Grick, seeing an easy catch, bear down on the wreck. But 2 of their 3 ships are destroyed when Walker emerges from the gloom and fires on them. The last ship is boarded, and the Walker's crew discover that the Grick keep cats as living rations on long journeys. They take over the ship along with a large supply of maps of the Grick homeland, which they now know to be Africa, and they sail back to Balikpapan with the prize in tow. There, they tell Nokjammer the situation and gather up the small cannon-making industry they had started for an all-out war until either they or the Grick are eradicated. Next week, we're going to go over Crusade, Book 2 in the Destroyermen series. So stay tuned. That will be coming out hopefully next Saturday. Goodbye.